When Karen brought her HOA inspectors onto my private ranch, she thought she was in charge. But when my buffalo herd noticed the uninvited guests, let's just say they handled the problem better than I ever could. The sun was barely up over Redstone Valley Ranch, paint in the fields in gold. For years it was peaceful land, wide skies, slow mornings, and the soft thunder of buffalo hooves in the distance. But ever since the nearby HOA expanded its reach, peace became a luxury. The self-proclaimed queen of that HOA, Karen Whitmore, had a habit of inspecting properties that didn't even belong to her community. That morning, I saw her SUV creeping down my dirt road, dust trailing behind it like a warning. 3 men in neon vests sat beside her, clipboards in hand. They parked by my front gate, ignoring the private ranch sign, big enough to see from the highway. "This property violates community appearance standards," Karen said, stepping out in her spotless heels. "We'll need to assess." I cut her off. "Lady, you're 10 miles outside your HOA. You don't assess anything here." But Karen, smirking like she owned the land, motioned her men forward. They started walking toward the field, snapping photos of the fencing and barns, like they were building a case for a neighborhood that didn't even exist here. That's when I heard it, the low, rolling growl of hooves. From beyond the ridge, my buffalo herd emerged, massive, dark silhouettes cutting through the sunlight. The ground trembled, dust lifted, and suddenly, those clipboard warriors weren't so brave anymore. Karen froze, mouth open. One of her inspectors dropped his camera. The lead buffalo, an old bull named Thunderjack, snorted, pawed the ground, and let out a sound that shook the air itself. "Back in the truck," I shouted, trying not to laugh. The so-called inspection team sprinted, stumbling over each other as the herd charged just close enough to send a clear message. This was their land. Karen barely made it into her SUV before Thunderjack stopped at the gate, huffing dust across the hood. She slammed the door, screeched out of the ranch, and didn't stop until she hit pavement. Later that evening, she filed a wildlife hazard complaint. The county official's response? "Ma'am, maybe don't trespass on a buffalo ranch." The herd had spoken, and the HOA never came back.
I am Liam, and trust me, the next HOA story is even worse. Subscribe now.